The board game Monopoly was invented way back in 1903 by a social activist named Elizabeth Lizzie Maggie. Maggie? I'm not sure. She called it the landlord's game, and then Parker Brothers, I guess they commercialized it in 1935. So I had no idea Monopoly went back that far. That's crazy. I played it so many times when I was younger. So here we have the first casting of it for the 2026 season. It's number 5 of 250. I believe this came out in the A case. But now there's a new one where it's painted white and has a Monopoly logo on it. So you can still get it as well. Anyways, I actually got this from China, so you can still buy this online. I'll leave a link if I can find one for you. People say this is based off it's not a real car in reality, but they do say it's very similar to a midget, Curtis Craft midget car. So, I don't know. I didn't bring up photos of it. Alright, it's part number 1 of 5 of Drop Tops, and it's called PassNGo, which makes sense because it's based off the, I guess, the 90th anniversary of Monopoly. It's crazy. Well, it's a very small car, but it's much bigger than the Monopoly game piece. I don't actually own the board game anymore. But yeah, we have the raw Zamac or zinc. Maybe it's not raw. It's so smooth, I feel like it might be clear coated. And then we also have a metal base. So considering how small it is, it's pretty heavy. So I'm a little curious, actually. 32 grams. I guess that's about average for Hot Wheels, but being so small, again, feels kind of heavy. And I am a little curious how long it is. Yeah, it's like 57 millimeters. Alright. So it's matching with these wheels. They have the chromed face, these like DTM kind of wheels, so that matches the body well. And then the actual tire area is actually this like swirly kind of silver plastic. I think it works well with the whole metallic theme. And then it's got the 90-year anniversary logo there and some sort of like racing stripe on it. I think it would have been fine without it, but I'm sure maybe later they'll probably do the same thing, maybe without the stripe, just to get it out there again. So I'm sure this will be a casting that comes along every few years from now on. So this one is made in Malaysia, I guess. I don't know what this stuff means. JJH30. Please leave a comment. Copyright 2025, and also what that stuff is as well. That'll be interesting to know. So some other details. It looks like maybe these are exhaust pipes coming out the side here, and then it's just slathered with a bunch of venting. I assume are supposed to be like louvers on a real car, but I guess that's what they did in the 30s. They had louvers on the hoods, and then a big grill that actually looks like an Adidas seashell shell toes. I think they're called shell toe shoes. Those classic Adidas like sneakers. Alright, it's just tapering in the back. A little bit of a speed hump. Even the whole thing is a speed hump. Yeah. And so there's a double stacked pizza pan here. Yeah, I guess that's better than usual. Usually it's just a pizza pan. And this isn't even a real car, so I guess that's better than usual. This is interesting. They put some ribbing back in here for some reason. That's nice little detail. And then for some reason there's just a plastic peg here. But it would be cool, like if they instead maybe pushed that steering wheel much further in and included a miniature like top torso of the Monopoly dude. That would be cool, right? If he just slid on top of that peg. I'm gonna guess maybe underneath that plastic there's a peg for the metal. Maybe that's what it is. It helps locate it into the machine that spins it all together. Or leave a comment. What do you guys think that would be for? I think it's, well, I don't know. The internet tells me this car in the Monopoly game was introduced way back in 1936. So even the car's been around almost 100 years. There aren't too many diecasts from this era. Although recently, they also released this Fiat. What's it? I complained about this. It doesn't actually tell you what the Fiat is on the casting. They could have easily had it there. Alright, they could have easily just molded it in there. It's called the Beast of Turin. Maybe it's called the S76 in the real life. Anyhow, so that's obviously kind of similar, but this is supposed to be more realistic looking. And then this is an old toy, Hot Wheels 31 Doozy from 1976 is copyright. I believe this is actually a Hot Wheels from my childhood. I thought it was cool when I was a little kid, and I just never got rid of it. This thing is old. I think this top comes off, yeah. So, I really like the styling of the 30s. Just really opulent vehicles. And then here's an old Majorette. I bought this when it first came out also, and just thought it was cool, so kept it. Sadly, they didn't date this product, so I have no idea when this thing came out, but it was probably 20 years ago at least. So, it's called Drone or something. That's all it is, Drone, okay? Cool, I still like it. Alright, well, as usual, it's nice that Mattel has the resources to just pretty much make a casting of anything they feel like. And I rather like that, with the Beast of Turin, that they're going back really old school. It would be nice if, maybe, obviously Hot Wheels can continue down this track, but I think it would be neat if, like, premium brands would start tackling the very first cars, like the old Grand Prix racers from the early 1900s. Or, yeah, that would be kind of cool. Alright, well anyways, we'll have to see what cool things Mattel comes up with next. I'm sure there'll be something coming up soon. Thanks for watching today. Bye.